Ladies, gamers, and gentlemen, welcome to BelleNOiRtv once again. You have tuned in to yet another episode of Cast My Game Community Casts, where I cast your replays. What is this show about? Well, if you have a 1v1 Master versus Master level StarCraft 2 game, and you want it cast somewhere, for example here, you can submit your replay by emailing it to bellenoir@cesnam.cz with the title Cast My Game. This one is important, otherwise it will end up in a spam box most likely. And well, I have a decent amount of replays still, approximately 50, but they're dwindling. So then what I do is I pick three replays at random and then cast them. The Cast My Game show used to be a daily show, but for some reasons, various reasons, most notably my other casting commitments that I have elsewhere, I'm not able to do that, so it will be aired probably 2 times a week, which I will try to plan in advance and let you guys know. So that's 6 replays a week. VODs, if you're watching from YouTube, are uploaded to YouTube after the show ends immediately and should be up the next day, the latest. So welcome! And we have a surprise for you today. But before we get on to that, let me just greet everybody tuning in. So thank you very much for finding the time and clicking on my stream. Not that many people in the chat so far. I see Dex, I see Lars, I have seen Avian for a little bit, and I see Barthen, aka Barth. So, gonna be going into the first replay, and you are going to, I recently made a Reddit post about, because we had 30 episodes already aired, and I just recently turned 30, so I found it fitting to make a post about it on the Reddit. And I received quite a lot of complaints that the overlay and the is kind of big, and I also, like, one of the viewers, for example, said that I feel kind of choked when I'm watching your stream. Like, it's all fine, it's all good, your casting's good, everything's fine, the games are good as well, but the overlay is just too big, and I feel like you're constricting me, like you're choking me, and I don't have space and room to move. Well, as it happens, just today, by a very fortunate set of circumstances, I got a hold of some very fancy interfaces that I can use with any replay. I don't have to rely on GameHard custom maps. Of course, they do have additional functionalities, such as you can draw arrows and circles and stuff in the game. None of which these observer interfaces have, but they look exactly the same. So, of course, I am going to be adjusting them as time goes on, probably just because of, stuff like logos and similar. But for the time being, here is a first try at this, so I hope you will love it. And let's go into the first game. The first game is going to be a PvT submitted by Barth. Hello there, Barth. And we have 2 very special games coming up. One featuring Empire Cass, and the other one featuring Root Minigun, my favorite player in the world. Yeah! So I'm really pumped for this. New interfaces, one awesome player, second awesome player, and you guys on the stream. This is going to be an absolutely amazing evening. So, let's jump into game number 1. Booyah! Hooray for the new interfaces. Alright. Let me just switch over to the chat so I can see your reactions. So here we have, in the bottom corner on Belshir Vestige, spawning as the purple Terran, it is going to be Xavier, the Terran player, and his opponent is going to be Barth from Team Combat Wombats, spawning in the top left location as the orange Protoss. Yes, Barth, it is you. It is absolutely you. So, I wonder what Barth is going to be doing on this map. Of course, Belshir Vestige, versus a Terran player. Stuff like Widow Mine drops and similar are not really a big issue lately, just because Protoss players have learned how to deal with them very efficiently. What is an issue, however, are the drops, and on this map, well, drops can be a little bit problematic to defend, especially in the mid game, and some of the Protoss players, what they like to be going for is go for a rather quick blink, a sort of a quick Twilight tech, and try to defend drops, fend off drops with 5 to 10 Stalkers, spread out across your expansions. And then later on transitioning into a more standard Colossi Storm army when you have this third taken. Of course, drops coming in from this angle and then drops coming in from this angle might be quite a nuisance for a Protoss player to deal with. We already see that Savior is opening up with a very common these days barracks into EkAS. Probably will be getting a Reaper. Or maybe he will go straight into a factory. We don't know yet, but we do have one Marine being produced out of these barracks here. And, well, Barth has all the scouting information he's going to need. He knows what is up. He knows that the gas has been put down. He even knows the timing of the gas as the SCV enters his base. So that SCV, of course, is going to see these two assimilators being mined by 2 probes each, which is an opening that is very, very versatile. As a Protoss player, you can get a quicker Stargate, of course sacrificing the timing of the expansion, because with these 2 gases, that's 1 less probe mining the minerals, and that will delay your expansion a little bit. And you pretty much want to get a Zealot with this. If you don't get a Zealot, you are running the risk of being NG Bay blocked. With a quicker expansion, you usually manage to get the expansion down before the NG Bay block comes into place. Do we have a Reaper out on the map? No, we don't. Just 2 Marines and straight into a reactor and a second command center. Barth's plan is getting a Stalker and scouting with it, but ooh, what have I just said? What have I just said? We have an engineering bay block. This is going to be really, really problematic for Barth to deal with, specifically because he doesn't have a Zealot out, and he's got no idea that this is going down. He wants to be expanding. You can see that his minerals are approaching 400, but not going to be doing that. So what will Barth do at this point? He still has only 4 probes mining minerals. He can opt to throw down something like a Stargate, saturate those gas geysers a little bit quicker, and tech a little bit and try to go for some sort of a pressure, because honestly he's going to be behind in the expansion timing. Ooh, this is a really clever solution, I have to say, but a risky one as well. He does put that down. He does put it down at the 3rd base location. The Terran player has no idea. But yeah, the expansion is going down, so Barth not being delayed all that much. Natural expansion for the Terran player will be floating on over, and Barth's follow-up will be a robo facility and 2 additional gateways here. We can see that the number of workers is a little bit in advantage of the Protoss player, but the income, thanks to the mules, is actually in favor of the Terrans, so we can say that Savior is ahead just by having those mules. In the econ game, of course, the expansion is finished up quicker than Barth's. Barth is trying to pressure the front, but sees that there is quite a number of Marines here defending the front. There's a Widow Mine as well, has not gone off yet, and it's probably going to be repositioned. Behind this, the Terran player is getting the medevacs and will be doing a double Widow Mine drop here in a second. Barth, in the meantime, is pulling back with his double Stalkers and trying to saturate this expansion. Let's see if the second Nexus is... Yes, it is rallied towards that 3rd as well. I wonder when will he end up getting the natural expansion, because, if Savior scans right now and sees no expansion, he might opt to scout the 3rd, or he might opt to overcompensate on the defensive front and go for a high number of barracks instead of taking his third, which is usually the case. We see 2 additional barracks being added on, a second gas. I don't think there is an engineering bay yet. So actually, if Barth would have gone for the Stargate, that might have been the smarter choice. As it is, a Widowmine drop together with Marines is making its way into the main base. Let's see how successful and effective this will be. One Widowmine gets unloaded, gets targeted down. Will it have time to burrow? No, it won't. And the medevac has to hightail it out of there, being tailed by that observer. So not the very, not a very successful drop, I have to say. And the Protoss player is still ahead. Ooh, Barth. Barth, oh my god, Barth. He's going for the force field on the ramp, and the force field does go down. He has the option to warp in 3 additional Zealots. Let's see if the gateways are under chrono boost. Yes, he's trying to chrono boost some. He should try to go for this. Where's the tech lab? For this tech lab right here, the stim is not yet down, but the sentries are in peril of getting killed by the SCVs. Very nice reaction by Savior. Meanwhile, the Zealots have cleaned up a little bit of that mineral line, gotten themselves 2 kills, another force field going down on the ramp, and the harassment will continue in the natural. Meanwhile, the Zealots will get cleaned up finally here. And, well, I have to say, the Terran player is defending admirably, and with these tanks, this will put a stop to this harassment. One last Zealot, trying to kill as many SCVs as possible. We'll get 2. Maybe 3. Finally, Savior is reacting, and then Zealot is not being microed. One last hit is all it took to kill this SCV. But so far, workers killed 7 for Barth, 0 for the Terran player. And Barth, he's getting to the point where he might be taking another Nexus here. Double Forge going down. He does have the Immortal production rolling. And I think he's going to be transitioning very quickly into Storm here. The natural expansion, aka the 3rd base, is going down. So he's gonna be in a pretty good position. But Barth, relentless with this harassment. Beautiful force fields going down, preventing those SCVs from escaping. 14 SCVs have been killed so far, and the War Prism will stay alive. Still, Savior a little bit slow to react, and well, he should know that there's an observer here, but fails to react. All of this, of course, is giving Barth time to get his 2nd, or aka 3rd expansion very safely. He's going into the single robo double forge production. He does have the Twilight already on the way, or should have somewhere. No? Okay, so it's going to take a while still. Might opt to take these gases very, very quickly, because he is about to start spending some serious gas. He will need gas for upgrades, he will need gas for Twilight Council, he will need gas for Colossi, for Templars. And let's see where that scan has landed. Oh, and now Savior knows about the 3rd. The medevac has flown over before, but this War Prism is going in yet again, and still no missile turrets here. Does he even have an engineering bay? Oh my god. He doesn't have an engineering bay. This is very bad news for the Terran player. And look how few minerals and gas he's got, just because he was forced to pull his SCVs off mining so much. Look at this, only 1 SCV mining here, 1 SCV and 1 SCV mining here, and he's opting to go for it. He's got 2 tanks with this, 1 medevac, a Viking, and a whole bunch of Marines. This might be dangerous, but Barth is out on the map. Will he see the impending doom in time? Well, he knows something is up. He sees the Marines advancing, even SCVs being pulled here. And he has to make this defense perfect. How many sentries does he have? 2, but they are in this War Prism. He's going in for another swipe here, for another flyby. But only 1 Colossus. The thermal lens upgrade is not yet completed. 2 additional gateways being thrown down. Meanwhile, the sentries unload. Will they be able to defend versus the Marines? It looks like the SCVs and the Marines are thinning. The sentry gun, the War Prism goes down, and the Zealots are stuck behind the force fields, not actually helping them all that much. Meanwhile, the Terran player is pushing in. Let's see what the APM is for both of these players. Hovering around 200 both, so that's really nice to see. And well, this is a nice siege position from here. Savior can try to attack this location or the natural. but this is a very scary army for the Protoss player, and I think Barth will have no trouble at all cleaning this up. The Marines stim, but with only one medevac, it will be a non-issue defending. Furthermore, 1-1 upgrades already kicked in for the Protoss player, and this army just dies. And Xavier saying I should play with a build order as he leaves the game. So that was game number 1. I do have a question. Is my voice heard over the in-game sounds and the music? Because I turned it up a little bit. I found that my voice probably is a little bit too loud for the other sounds. Okay, seems my voice is good. And I made a mistake actually. We won't be casting EkAS today. I think I scheduled it to another episode. Let us actually see. No, we're actually not gonna be doing that. Right. So tell me. Let me tell you this. I scheduled the EkAS and minigun games for episode number. Wait a minute, why is this? Have I messed up something? I think I messed up the emails. Ha 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 ha. Wait, I gotta check this. Oh, I haven't sent out the second email. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. That's good. Because you see, I have these replays, one by minigun, one by EkAS, and one other game as well. Those will be cast this Friday. If you want to see EkAS and minigun play versus some dudes from America and Europe, tune in this Friday. But today we have some more of your games, so let's jump into game number 2 that we have here for today. It still doesn't quite. Oh yeah, I messed up the. I definitely messed up the emails. Okay, so you know what I'm doing today is actually I'm casting games that were supposed to be cast Friday. Okay, I'll have to switch that around. That's a little bit unfortunate. Jesus Christ, I'm so bad. I apologize, everybody. I'm so fucking bad at this. Okay. Hordeon, yes, you did send me a replay a while ago. It just got selected now, and we'll be going into it actually momentarily. It's a ZVZ on Whirlwind. So let us see. No, you don't have an imposter, dude. You definitely do not have an imposter. Definitely don't. Alright, so here we are on Whirlwind. This is game number 2 of today's show. In the bottom right location we have the red Zerg player Slice, and his opponent is going to be Hordeon, the blue Zerg player, here in the top right location. Alright, so ZVZ on this map, you know, the distances are a little bit longer than on smaller maps, of course, so you can actually get away with opening with a 15 hatch. If you're lucky, you might be even able to hold off a temp pull or a 9 pull with that opening. If you unless you go hatch, gas, and then pull, it might be a little bit problematic. But generally, if you open up with a hatch first build on this map, it should be completely fine. It should be completely fine. So we see players only sending their overlords, and Hordeon, well, he's I mean, not Hordeon, but Slice, he's going to go and scout with a drone as well. That makes me wonder a little bit here. And let's see who throws down the pool first. Looks like Hordeon will be opening up with that hatch first build. And his opponent most probably is going to be doing the same, as he has not seen the pool going down. It should go down at around 1:59, 1:55, maybe 2 minutes, if it's a standard opening. And right now he does see that the hatch is there, and he's going to rescout and find out if Hordeon will be continuing this with a gas or a pool. That is a big indicator here for Slice, and he does see the pool. So if he actually opts to go for a gas, which he doesn't, he might have gotten himself a nice little advantage there in the gas timing, albeit a minor one, but he might have done it if he wanted to. But no, he'll be going pool into gas. So far, very similar builds, actually quite identical builds. But Slice, I think, he is playing a little bit more reactionary, waiting for what his opponent is doing. Scouting that hatch and then the pool before he decides actually if he's going to be hatch firsting versus his opponent. So right now the gas is being mined for both of these guys, and let us see. The pool is finished here for both of them, and they are. Hordeon has a pretty significant gas lead, I have to say. Thanks to Slice not being as decisive and as precise with his build order, and he might take a little bit of an advantage with it. He will be getting the speed first thing that he does with the gas. It's at 120. He should have been getting speed right now. There we go, speed going down for both of these guys, but Hordeon, he does have the option to put down a very fast, compared to his opponent, a fast Baneling Nest. He is at 50 gas. Will the Baneling Nest go down or not? He is still mining gas. And if he doesn't throw down the Baneling Nest very soon, there we go. There we go. Good Hordeon. Good Hordeon. Getting the spine crawler for defensive purposes as well. One thing that is a little bit bothering me is that Hordeon does not have any spotting over this ramp, or maybe over this area right here, so he doesn't know what units and how many of those units are leaving his opponent's base. That is a little bit bothering, because you know, you want to know, especially in a ZVZ, you definitely want to know if you are being attacked or not. So right now Hordeon is using his links to scout. He did produce quite a lot of them as they are making their way across the map. He does have 16 links on the way. And good thing is that Slice, well, he has seen it, but unfortunately he just made a round of drones where he should have been making Zerglings. The spine crawler is not yet finished. Second spine crawler has had to go down, and Hordeon is making a bunch of banelings here, trying to go for the bust. These two spine crawlers might have something to say about that, though. And you know, the crucial thing here for Slice is he doesn't have a baneling nest yet. Only just now being put down, but still has 30 seconds to go. And these... Oh, very smart move here by Slice, evacuating the mineral line completely. As a result, these banelings would like to go up the ramp, but the two queens... Oh, huge detonations there for Hordeon. Now, one baneling will not kill drones, but it will damage them enough so that if another ling run by is initiated, they might be able to finish them off. Of course, the queen block is going to put the stop to that. Baneling Nest is finished, and now comes the time where Slice, if he wants to do a counterattack, he will have an advantage, because he is getting that +1 carapace upgrade for the lings. Hordeon's evolution chambers just now getting put down, and a roach warren as well. Now Slice, he might try to go for a counterattack here with a lot of links. That +1 carapace will ensure that in any link Baneling battles he will have the advantage. His units will stay alive for a longer period of time. Hordeon trying to go for a third base, and Slice has absolutely no idea about this. He might have seen the drone making its way towards the third base location. And let us see, he has produced quite a number of links already, and he is trying to go for it. The lair being started for Hordeon as well, and more links to follow this up. Roachworm being put down, and a second evolution chamber. Oh my god, this is 18 Banelings morphing in right now, but against this wall I don't think it will be enough. I don't think they will be able to break this defense. Hordeon might be able to defend still, especially with 10 more links popping out. That Spinecrawler will try to target down those Banelings, and ooh, one good hit. Oh, this one Baneling might be the hero, but good hits here for Hordeon as he tries to defend. Not very many workers have been lost actually. Only 3 drones killed, and Slice, I think he may have wasted his opportunity to do some serious damage right now. Now it is true that he doesn't have a lair yet, so what can he do here? I mean, he's trying to go for the queen and he will get it, but Hordeon is 42 harvesters versus 27. That's not good news for Slice, who is only just now getting his lair. He's trying to transition into roaches. He's getting +1 attack, but Hordeon, look at this, so far ahead with those upgrades, and he's going to go into full-out roach mode with that roach speed being researched as well. This third base might go down, and actually I think it will. There's no way Hordeon can save this. Slice has to target down the hatchery, and down it goes. And now he's going to get out of there, saving the couple of links that he's got. And Hordeon already going into +2 missile attacks. So both players still only on 2 bases, and well, the workers count has been closed. So they both have the same economy, but Hordeon is way ahead in army. Look at this, 52 army supply compared to only just 15, and that 15, ladies and gentlemen, is all in these lings and queens. That is all his opponent has. No banelings to defend this. Only 2 spine crawlers and a whole bunch of roachling incoming. 16 more links being built in the background as this attack is ongoing. The banelings are not yet done. I think Hordeon will wait for the reinforcements as he is taking this third yet again, and he will go for it. He does have the upgrade advantage so far, and I think he will maintain it. The +1 is about to kick for his opponent, though. That will level up the upgrade field, but it will hardly level up the army count. I mean, this is a really small army that his opponent has to defend this. Hordeon scouting ahead with the 2 lings, sees what is up there. He might actually try to go for this infestation pit. That's one thing that Slice can count on to save his life here, actually. But he will have to wait 50 more seconds until pathogen glands are done, and he will have infestors ready with fungal growths to be used on the attacking army. There we go, fungal growths going down. 80 seconds, excuse me. And, well, things are entering a little bit of a stalemate here as Hordeon is containing his opponent while getting more and more upgrades. He's gonna be transitioning into Hydras as well, so Roach Hydra for Hordeon it is, while he has to be careful not to get fungled when he moves up the ramp. First infestors should have been entering production right now. Slice does have more than enough gas for it. No macro hatch here, though, will make it a little bit difficult for him to mount a effective defense. Hordeon very comfortable here with his 3 bases and 58 drones. still has this army outside of his opponent's base, and he is producing or starting to produce Hydralisks. He's getting a nice advantage here over and over and over again. But with the 5 infestors, can Slice break this contain? He's trying to move out a little bit. There's the Changeling spotting that. Very nicely done by Slice. Hordeon deciding to move back as he sees the army is moving forward as well. But he has one set of upgrades advantage compared to his opponent, so the Fungals is really the only thing that can change the tides of the coming battle. Now what Slice needs, he needs to take a 3rd base, and quickly at that. Hordeon is trying to position his army for a flank here. Anytime that Slice moves out, he will have the option to counterattack from the sides. Luckily for Slice, he does see this army coming, so he can position his forces accordingly. Trying to form a concave here, probably. And we have 5 infestors with this army ready to fungal growth. Hordeon is pulling back into a more defensive stance, trying to snipe as many overlords as he can along the way. He queued up the hive just now. Oh, but the units are all clumped up. The Fungals do come in and fungaling the majority of the Hydras. This is not good news for Hordeon. This is a great concave for his opponent, but oh, this is going to be so close. Will the upgrades be enough? The roaches for Slice are falling. Hordeon still has Hydras in the back and roaches to buffer. The Fungals all have been depleted, and there comes the GG from Slice, as he just does not have enough. God, I'll have to send the email to those other 3 guys that the games will actually be on Friday. Jeez. Jeez. What a mess. Never happened before. I guess I shouldn't have sent out 2 emails at the same time. Oh man, well, sometimes shit happens. Alright, I'm gonna open up my my monster, my can of whoop ass. Christ. Okay. Let's go into game number 3. What do you say? Game number 3 is going to be from both players are from Team Starcade. It's from one of their practice sessions, and this is going to be a PvZ on Antiva shipyard. Alright, so Antigua, well, not Antigua shipyard, goddammit. Acheron Wastes, of course, is the map. Just for some reason I'm so pumped today that I can't even focus on what the hell I'm doing. Anyways, in the bottom corner here, bottom right, it is going to be from Team Starcade, the blue Protoss player. It is Antiva. And his opponent for this practice session, in the top left, it is Starcade's Egg. A fitting name for a Zerg player, if you ask me. So Antiva going to be going for a Forge Fast Expand here with the probe. And his opponent probably going to be opening up with a pool. So let us see what happens here. Forge Fast Expands are can be a little bit dangerous on these maps. Ooh, especially versus 12 pools. This is just what I was about to say. If you see a 12 pool well, that's going to cut into your plans quite considerably. Now, he has to build a forge, and he has to start walling off as soon as possible. Of course, he will not be able to use the Chrono Boost on the Nexus, because that uses up your minerals very quickly, and you do not have enough to wall off as fast as you would want. So this pool is 10 seconds away from being done, another 30 for the links to come out, and another approximately 20 seconds for the links to get here. That is 1 minute time counting from now. 3:40, those links should be approximately here. If he makes a wall off right now, he might be safe, but as you can see, he cannot take an Nexus. And just by building that 12 pool, basically the Zerg player, what he's doing, he is forcing a response out of the Protoss, and well, those are 4 links and a drone, and just by that, Antiva should know that he's free to expand. There we go, Nexus coming down. Cannon is just about to finish, so no rush to build that wall at all, because this is going to be followed up by an expansion, a queen, and more drones. So, you know, a little bit of a pressure opening here, but had Antiva lost that drone, that probe, and did not see how many links were pouring out of the Zerg base, he might have overreacted, he might have built double gateways here and a cannon and delayed his Nexus, and that would have put him very far behind compared to his opponent. As it stands, the expansions are very similarly timed, only something close to 5-second difference in the timing, which is not really significant. Double gas is finishing up for the Protoss player, and he'll be getting his Cyber Core and saturating those as he has the APM to do so, which is 156 currently. And third base going down for Egg. Will Antiva be able to spot this? Let us see. He is going over there, and he does see the hatchery, so now we can breathe a sigh of relief. There is no roach follow-up coming off of 2 bases with this, and he can be very comfortable just building probes and dumping most of his Chrono Boost into those Nexi. Now, the other thing we are going to be watching here, the Protoss player do is, oh my god, he's not mining the second gas. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Now this might be a mistake, or it might be intentional. That gas might be just a fluke to throw his opponent off where he comes in scouting. And he might be going for some sort of a gateway timing? Maybe? Oh, this is really odd. Pylon in a nice position here to throw down a building that might not get scouted with this Overlord that is coming in. The second one is over here being chased by the Stalker. And the third expansion for the Zerg player is finishing. Double gas being taken, and a third gas over here. So pretty standard setup for a 3-base economy at this stage in the game. Robo facility going down. And let us see if the Zerg player will scout this. Well, the Overlord did not go far enough, so he has no idea about this, and this gas still not being mined. I think I don't know. Maybe if he clicked on the gas, he should have noticed that it's not been mined at all. But I don't think he went as far as to see that there are no probes here mining the gas. If he saw that, he knows something very fishy is going to be happening, but it looks like he didn't, because instead of a Roach Warren, instead of speed, there we go. Ooh, at least the speed is going down. He's getting a lair, and well, you know, this all comes down just to at being a little bit unlucky with the scouting, or not diligent enough. Because look at this. That's 4 more gateways being added on, so that will put the Protoss player up to 7 gates, and he does have a Robo. He has skipped the +1 though, because of not mining that one gas. He cannot afford the +1. But this will be a Zealot Immortal timing, I think. First Immortal coming out, the War Prism being actually built as the first unit. We have a proxy pylon here. How that probe has gotten past this watchtower, I have no idea, but it is so. And these lings, well, the roach were only just now finishing. You know, now that I think about it, when there are no sentries in play, you don't need as many roaches. So Egg might be able to hold off very nicely here. Speed is about to finish, is about to kick in. 2, 1, 0, and there it does, and finish up. Antiva has to be a little bit more careful right now with his units, because he is going to get surrounded. But oh my god, this is a lot of zealots. Was that seen? Yes, it was. The watchtower providing that vision. And what do we have in production? Only roaches. Maybe even spine crawlers might be needed. This zealot heavy attack can be quite formidable and very dangerous for Zerg players if you do not react to it appropriately. Even breaking down the rocks, I don't know if that's a smart choice actually, because you know, you are actually opening up a third attack path into your territory here for the Protoss player. The Immortals will be key here. We'll have to try to target down the roaches. Nice micro here, but the Zealots actually not fighting the Zerglings, trying to go after those roaches. Not a good idea. The Warpism trying to warp in one sentry, probably for the force field on the ramp. Let's see if that will be successful. More Zealots being warped in as well. The force field does go down. The Immortals still alive, getting quite a lot of kills. 10 kills on one and 6 kills on the other, narrowly saving that one, and it will come down to the micro over here as the warpins are not recharged yet. 2 additional gateways being thrown down, so that will be 9 gates on just 2 bases. And I think this attack has run its course with this many roaches. Very nice defense by Egg. Nice hold there. And where can his opponent Antiva go from here? He does not have the upgrades. He's going to be behind, as the Zerg player does have +1 missile attacks already completed. Trying to do some fancy Warprism micro here, but oops, missed unloading that Immortal, which does get sniped straight away. And you know, with no sentries, more cannons might be needed here. Otherwise, it will be all up to the Zealots. There we go. The cannons are being put down. And the rocks being thrown down, being attacked as well. And once these are down, I mean, the Protoss player definitely needs some sentries. But no, he's going to be relying on just a pretty high Zealot count, together with that one Immortal and a couple of Stalkers. Well, let's see how this goes. I mean, the Zealots could be enough. They are pushing the roaches back. The Immortal is doing the damage it needs to do. There are no links with this attack, but more reinforcements are coming across the map. Zealot, I mean, the Immortal is still alive, but the Zealots are dwindling. The Zealot count is falling, and with more reinforcements, I don't know if the Protoss player will be able to hold for much longer, especially without sentries. Still not mining off of this one gas. And I think he's starting to wonder, why the hell don't I have as high of a gas count as I am used to be having at this stage in the game, and still only Stalkers and Zealots being morphed in. No upgrades on the way. One Immortal being the hero of this game with 19 kills to his name, and that Warprism still flying around, making sure that that Immortal survives. Has to be really, really, really careful here. But look at this. Antiva is actually holding so far, but how long can he continue to hold on? That is the question. 56 drones versus 51 probes. The income incomparably higher for the Zerg player, and right now the Forge is being targeted down. The +1 will never finish without sentries. These roaches now have 2 avenues of attack. Egg trying to go for the surround. Again, the Warprism, utilizing Warprism micro, keeping that Immortal alive. And, well, I don't know how, but Antiva still holding, and I think Egg has had quite enough of this, realizing that he needs to be pulling back right now, and taking a 4th base, taking those gases here, and taking up a little bit. Look at this mineral to gas ratio. It's there's really a high disproportion. So another roach poke over here. And, well, Antiva saw that one. So he's going to try to defend. The Cyber Core is getting targeted down. And very interestingly, still no sentries. There are 2 Immortals now. A lot of Stalkers and a couple of Zealots, but still no sentries. I don't know how he's doing it, but against 1-0 Roaches, he is still holding on with 0-0 Gateway units, just microing that Immortal and warping in more and more Zealot Stalker. And now that the Hydras have entered the field, things will start to become a little bit more problematic. He's trying to get up a 3rd base here, but well, I don't know. With a high enough Hydra count, I think that the Protoss player might be in some trouble. Finally, sentries being warped in. Let's see if that gas in the main base... Oh my god, the gas in the main base still not being mined. Antiva making a crucial mistake, going for a very quick timing and forgetting to start mining that gas as the attack commenced. And he's all out of force fields. One more force field he'll be able to throw down right now, but that's about it. And he needs to throw down those Hydras, cannot get close to those units, otherwise this Gateway army will be in danger of falling. But the Hydras would be smarter if they stayed in the back, out of the side blades of those Zealots. As a result, only 1 Hydralisk remaining, and the Roaches, well, they will not fare very well against these Stalkers and 2 Immortals. One of them may die here, actually. No, good micro there. That Warprism still staying alive with 5 hit points. Regenerating shields as we go along. Wow, what a game. What an absolutely insanely action-packed game. And will Antiva try to go for harassment yet again? He does see what kind of units are being produced. He does see that more and more Roaches and Lings are going to be coming his way. And this 3rd Nexus is momentarily in danger of being sniped. I mean, if the Zerg player splits his attack to here and here, I don't know if Antiva will be able to defend this. He does not have a wall off here to block this route. And he's trying to wall off, very smart decision here, trying to wall off the main entrance. And you know, he can only thank the esports gods and StarCraft 2 gods that Egg did not split up his forces and did not go for a double-pronged attack from both sides like he attempted before. Oh, but now Lings are coming in. Lings are going to be a little bit problematic as a second attack is going on at his main ramp. This is exactly what Egg needs to do. The 3rd Nexus will fall. There is no way he can save this unless he wants to be wasting force field. Meanwhile, the main ramp has been breached. The Zerg force is finally in a better position. Hydra is kiting back to stay out of the range of the Zealot Stalker army, with Roaches buffering for them. And, well, Egg still not confident enough to push through. But I think right now he does have the guts to go forward, to go ahead with this. Still a couple of force fields remaining for those sentries. Oh, this is going to be so very, very, very close. The supplies for the Protoss player are falling. Those 70, 60 to 135. He's all out of money. He cannot afford to warp in 1 Stalker even. And there's the GG from Antiva. Very nice game here. And if we take a look at this gas geyser, this is just not what you want to happen to you as a Protoss player, let me tell you that. That's absolutely not what you want happening. Alright, so that was Cast My Game number 31. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Again, I apologize for the mess with the emails. I'll have to send out the emails again, apologizing and telling people where they can find their games at. Oh my god. You see, this is like, usually I only prepare 1 episode in advance and then I send out the emails. This time I tried to prepare 2 episodes in advance and sent out the emails, and I messed up and I started casting episode number 32 instead of 31. Ah! And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I never will be a good StarCraft 2 player, because you can see how my brain is just not working as a normal person's brain. It's constantly confusing shit. So, all that's remaining for me to do is just cast, right? Okay, thanks for tuning in anyways. I hope I have not disappointed anybody, and that all these guys have seen their replays, or at least Barth and Hordeon. Unfortunately, I'll have to send out the emails to those other awesome people from America and from Europe that wanted to see their replays, and I messed up like a total idiot. So those will be cast on Friday. Questions. Telsik, of course, you can have a question. Ask. What is the most important thing on shoutcasting? I don't know if you can point out only one skill that you should be perfecting, because it's a it's a combination of various skills, and they kind of form a synergy. You know, I'll put it like this. To me, shoutcasting is, to a great degree, it is a performance art. It's not just about knowing the game. It's not just about knowing the builds. It's not just about knowing the players and knowing their history, their habits and their tendencies, or their personalities, which gets a lot easier as you know, get to cast higher tier events. You get to know the players personally, you get to talk with them, you get to hang out with them, so you kind of, you know, get to know them a little bit more. But to me it's a performing art. So let's say you go go to a theater, right, to see a play, and the actors on stage, it's not about only memorizing all the texts, memorizing all the dialogues. It's not about knowing when to come on stage and when to come off stage. It's not about knowing where on the stage you should stand when you have a monologue. It's about the way you express yourself, how you express yourself. That's what makes a good actor a good actor. There are actors that cannot remember their lines for shit. Like, seriously, they can't. So because they don't have a good memory. It's a funny thing, because an actor should have a good memory to memorize all those lines, but some of them, and I know a couple of them, they just can't remember those lines precisely. So what they do is they just remember the themes of the dialogues and the monologues, and the rest they just improvise. Now, of course, this is a little bit difficult for their acting partners, as they have to be able to react and be able to improvise in turn, but some actors actually do this. So yeah, to me, casting is a performance art, making the games engaging and entertaining for the viewers. It's a little bit of acting, as well as game knowledge. It's a little bit of constantly thinking throughout the game how you should be building up that excitement, as well as you need to be aware of critical points in the game that happen. But for me, like in replays, not as much, but during live casts, I have to be constantly thinking about how do I take this across the microphone to the people so that they find the game as entertaining as and as exciting as I'm finding it, because casting the game, observing the game, casting the game, being able to express what it means to you, that's the most beautiful thing in the world. But casting art is not in the fact of recognizing build orders and realizing what is going on. The highest art of casting, in my opinion, is the same of the musician. It's not about how good you are with the instrument, it's about whether you can or cannot transfer the emotions you are feeling onto the audience through that instrument. And my only instrument is the computer screen and the microphone. That's it. Of course, it doesn't always work out very well, but I'm trying my best. Alright guys, this was Cast My Game number 31. I'm gonna be sending out the apology emails right now, and I'll see you guys Friday. So thanks for tuning in. Hit that follow button if you already haven't done so, and you can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube /BelleNOiRtv as well. Thanks for watching, and until next time, just remember, storm first, ask questions later.